Hi everybody, it's September 7th, 2025. As we go through the day, some of us enjoy peace more than others. A lot of people seem to chase excitement and something to wake them up because they feel maybe a little bit numb or they feel a little bit detached and they want something to excite them and to get their blood flowing and to distract them from a rather tedious or stressful life. But those who seek peace appreciate the quiet when it's warranted. They appreciate the relative subdued nature of those moments in time. And either one is good at the right time, but seeking peace becomes troublesome when you can't make it arrive at will or enough to satisfy you for just a few moments. And what I find is for the people that seek peace, we try to initiate precursor simulations in our head in order to gain some footing to, in a way, control how our life acts upon us. And what I've noticed from creating simulations in my head when I'm trying to plan ahead and when I'm trying to see what may happen if I do something in the future is that many times if I do not feel confident just generally at that moment I'm making these simulations, they all come out with negative outcomes, which may not be totally truthful or may not be totally a foreshadowing of reality. It's because the negative headspace I'm in, the doubtful headspace I'm in, is creating negative outcomes and it is seeming to cause me to have an innate sense of fear in my perception. So when your simulations come out all negative, it's time to assess whether your mental state is being truthful or is there something that you need to attend to. Now, on one hand, when simulations come back and they are varied and they are realistic, but they give you unease, that unease is not always a sign that you should worry. It's just the anticipation, because at the moment of time you are at now, before the actual events occur, you don't know exactly how things are going to turn out. You have an idea of how they might turn out, how they probably will, and you're just a little impatient and you're just a little anxious to see what happens because you honestly don't know exactly what's going to happen, and that is just that reality is causing you to have a little bit of apprehension about the situation. But just being patient and waiting for the situation to play out, you'll be able to make decisions and choices to guide your actions to an end that represents what you pictured before, or something even better, or something minutely worse. But that's just reality. Another thing about simulations is that they can get out of hand in a positive way, where you are told to have faith, and so you have faith that something's going to happen, and you go through these multiple fantasies that leave you feeling so good, and you could almost feel the goodness coming in the situation soon, but it keeps on getting postponed, or something keeps on happening, or you're further away than what you thought, but then you feel close again, and it keeps on playing out that way, and those fantasies start to give you a little bit of agony by them not coming to realization. And what I could say to that is that never totally give up on your fantasies of a great outcome or a great and peaceful and joyous time in your life. Never give up on the fantasies, even if they do not come as you pictured them, even if they do not come just a little bit in the future, in the near future. Losing your fantasies is a sign of a deadening inside, which can be reversed, but of course it's going to be more taxing than keeping your hope and faith alive. But yeah, losing your fantasies to the fear of not being rewarded with them in actual life is it's a crying shame, because that's what makes life sweet. That's what makes life sweet when we are in need. You want to be able to see the light in your head. If you can't see the light anymore in your head, something is wrong. If you fantasize and you never get there, that light in your head from the joy that you experience inside the simulation is a gift. It's a medicine that you need. It may not give you the outcome that you are fantasizing about, but it's giving you the sort of release and catharsis that fantasizing does. But it's never good to lie to yourself, but there's a fine line to walk where you could balance the want and the need and the reality and the fantasy together. So simulations are a valuable asset that we have that we can enact and practice. It just takes a little bit of honesty to maintain it. It takes pruning and guided growth to maintain a good, healthy knack for simulating what you want to happen in the future. And we all know that God has his own plans for us, but he does give us the seeds of these simulations to give us a little bit of the spiritual foresight that he has granted us. So I hope this helps. Thanks.